Support for this podcast comes from the patrons at patreon.com/FML FPL. Okay! Welcome to FML FPL Milan.
Miss Walsh.
What up, bub?
I feel better today than I did yesterday. I'll say that much.
Tell me why. What happened? What went down?
The Mets died yesterday.
Yep.
That was one of the most upsetting things that's happened in recent memory.
Yep.
And Gabriel scored a goal with 5 seconds left. And that also felt like I was getting lit on fire or blow. Not the good kind. Bad kind.
God, there's so many good kinds of blow. It's actually usually good in all forms. It's a bad one.
It was a bad one. But today was like, refreshed. Nice little game. Pack got a return. We love to see that.
Your triple vice captain, Pack.
Yeah. Had a nice meet with a listener today. Made a new friend. Love to see that. We're chilling today.
Oh my God. We're flying today, actually.
Yeah. Yeah. What about you? How you doing over there, bub?
I'm good. I'm chilling. Rough sports weekend for me. All my teams blew it, but I had like the biggest FPL week I've had in like years. So I don't know what to make of that. Like, why does that have to be the case? Like,
yeah,
I fly and I die together.
Yeah, it's just the duality of man. Team Alon with 97 points.
97. I mean, the almost more impressive thing is 7.6K game week rank. Like that's a 4-digit game week rank is rare.
Hard to do.
It's hard to do and it's rare, especially with how many like fake teams there are who only try and win the game weeks and do weird shit like that. It's like, fuck, I really flew. We both triple capped Holland, so for people who didn't, they're probably sad right now, I'd imagine. Everyone who wildcarded didn't get to triple cap him, so we had that edge on them, I guess. It's kind of funny.
They made up for it with Gabriel.
Right. I had
fucking scum.
Let me see. I have 3 1-pointers and 3 2-pointers in my team, and I'm still 7K game week rank and 97 points. Half of that is Holland, obviously. Alderete, 17-pointer.
You bench Pack, who's
unbenchable.
Well, you got more. Got a lot more points than Foden.
Well, KDH got suspended today, so Pack is straight into the lineup next week. There's no doubt about that.
Well, he might not be. You could go 4-3-3 very easily.
I probably will, actually. He's at Arsenal. I probably won't start him. But yeah, I brought in Foden and Rich for Palmer and fodder forward. And no matter how you slice that, I'm down for now. Electric Steve stole my Foden goal right off the toe.
Had to.
Richarlison did absolutely nothing and looks like a awful pick. So we'll see how that goes. But great week. I think I went up. I don't even know I never look at OR anymore. Yeah, I was 1.7 million. I'm 222K now. Pretty good. Good.
It's so nice when you go 0 for 2 on your transfers and you have a fucking 100 points. You don't give a shit.
It didn't happen.
I brought in 2 blankers and that was bad, but it's basically doesn't feel. You don't even feel it because you don't even feel so fucking high. I mean, Alderete is just
fucking Ete and Senesi.
Well, Senesi's a given, but Alderete.
I know, but he's just better than we could have even imagined. Senesi, like he just they're gonna concede 2 goals. He'll fucking get an assist and con. It doesn't even matter. Only person at DefCon in every game. The legend. Absolute legend. Yeah, Alderete is so good.
For a defender to go up 0.4 in 6 game weeks
that's bonkers. With no goals.
It's just, I mean, he has
no, but usually that would be how, right? It's like Gabriel scores 3 goals in 5 weeks, and it's like, oh my God, everyone has to bring him in. I think that literally happened last season. Like he had that run where he just looked like he was going to score every single game.
Yeah.
Anyway, Team Walsh here. Also 79. Flying.
What's it called when it's a 97, like the palindrome or something? When it's beep boop beep boop.
79, backwards. 97. Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, I got, obviously we said triple cap Holland, Bruno versus Kelleher, a little bit of a little tension in my team there when that was happening. But I was just looking, I was like, please don't miss the target. I was like, anything else, I'm going to get something.
God.
I was like, don't hit the post and don't miss the target. So that was a little bit of a thing there. But
I mean, I guess a pen save is better than a Bruno goal.
Definitely.
Just by like ownership and shit, right?
1,000,000%.
Yeah. So the negative one looks bad, but it was kind of net positive. Kind of. Yeah. Just in that moment.
We can squint. And say that. That's fine.
We can squint.
No cleans. Very, very upsetting week for cleans because I did not have a Sunderland defender, as only you did in the fucking planet this week.
Yes.
Literally 19 teams did not. Oh my God,
I didn't realize that was the 1 of 1 clean. Yeah,
one of one clean, and then, but I mean, it's even so. Week 3 of my experiment / new formation of having 5 at the back.
Yeah,
even with absolute fraudulent, maybe one of the worst picks I've made in 5 years. Vandenberg.
He almost scored. I wish that went in. I wish that went in.
Scored twice. Yeah. He's too bad to score.
But if it went in,
such a bad player.
Imagine how good you'd feel. You'd be like,
I wouldn't feel good.
He cucked you in the DefCon department, and he made up for it with a dong.
He hasn't cucked. I would kill for him being in the cuck chair. He hasn't been there once. He doesn't even since I got him in. He got 4, 6, and 7 DefCons after he was like leading the league in the first 3 game weeks. It's unbelievable. And they've played harder teams. He's gotten less fucking cons.
There was
that harder teams.
Dude in Discord. I always forget his name.
No,
he did the thing where
causation is not correlation.
Yeah, it doesn't actually matter who they're playing. I was thinking about that a lot today, but we don't have to get into that now. But yeah, talk to me about your team.
We will at some point. But I still got, every week I've gotten 6 extra points for my 5 defenders. I've had 3, and Vandenberg's got 0. So if I had an actual player there, it would probably be more like 3.5 players a week getting me
extra points.
So that's been great. I mean, it's
and if
it's
you
not
pepper
a zero-sum game.
Yeah, like if Bruno hits the pen or Gyak gets a goal, like you just pepper it in with your heavy hitters, that your big 5 up top, then like, you could be onto something. I mean, Eric had a question for you about that. He said, Walsh's defenders are averaging just over 4 points per match in each of their 15 combined starts since his wild card. Is he happy with the rate of return? Any updated thinking on the 5 at the back?
I mean, yes, in capital letters with flashing lights around it, yes. Like if I'm getting that return from those players, because the way that I also was trying to think about this in a better way I spent so much time talking about this with LR on his pod. Yeah. We haven't really gone too deep in with us on our pod.
People should still go watch that, by the way, if no one watched it. If you want to see Walsh just going absolutely insane, every other word is the fucking DefCons, bro. No, it doesn't matter. He doesn't fucking DefCon. That's fucking crazy.
There's a lot of that. There's a lot
amazing.
Of that. But you have to start 3 defenders. So the gambit and the bet is basically I'm taking my 2 worst players of my 10, not including the goalkeeper. So like just your 2 end of the team players are going to be cheap defenders who DefCon versus you get to then spend more money on the other 8 players on your team or whatever, or 7 in this case, because goalkeeper doesn't count. We're just talking 10, right? 10. You have more higher price players in your team because of this. And the gamble is that over the course of time, the DefCons and just having from those 2 defenders with the clean sheets is going to outperform, your mid-priced midfield and or forward, basically. And
that's
so far so good. That's the bet. That's the bet I'm making, basically. And like plus, the delta between 5 attackers in my team that are priced a lot more than what the 7 attackers would have been an aggregate from like the not average standpoint, but like the higher, you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
So, I mean, if you're telling me that I'm getting about 4 points a game from those 2 players, that's unbelievable.
Yeah, like I'm not getting 2 starters, basically.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not getting that from my 6-5 mids and shit. I mean, I'm just spending transfers, chasing points, getting 1-pointers, blanks. I mean, that's just what typically is going. Looking for a 1 in 3 Pookie kind of player, and I'm just missing usually. Like if I were better at the game and I could maybe better do that, then I would. But I think like at this point, it's like, give me the more assured, bankable asset.
You just need Jared Bowen, dude. He just solves all the fucking problems. I didn't even bring him up with back-to-back 9-pointers. Monster.
Yeah. Easy for Bowen and the way you see things. But it's hard for the rest of us mortals, you know? But it's also like the other aspect with DefCons that I still think like, I still am so surprised that people are posting wildcard teams on our Rate My Team channel and Discord, and they have 3 defenders. Like I just can't believe that even now that we're 7 game weeks in and we're looking at the way there's 6 or whatever, that when we're looking at the way the points have been distributed and how many points certain defenders are getting comparatively speaking to how many points forwards and midfielders are getting, and I'm still seeing like usually 3 defenders teams with 3 defenders. It just doesn't make any sense to me, because the other aspect about how to conceptualize this for me with the DefCons, and again, right, this isn't that all the defenders are treated equally. If you're looking at getting the 4 or 5 best players like this, they basically, instead of getting 2 points for playing 90 minutes, they get 3.3 or something like that. 3 points per 90 minutes. Getting DefCons is not an assist. It's not a goal. They just do it for playing. Like they don't have to do anything at all, just for being on the pitch,
being a center back on the pitch.
Yeah, and it's not the same for Vandenberg because he has red hair and he doesn't know what he's doing. But for players like Virgil or Senesi or LaCroix or Tarko or Richards or the guy Anderson, right?
Yeah,
there's a lot. There's enough.
Yeah,
it adds up so much. It's just for minutes played, not even counting the cleans, not even counting the goals, not even counting the bonus. It's just for minutes played. It's like if you look at and think of DefCons in that standpoint, it's just like it makes even more sense to me. And I don't know, like trying to bridge the gap for people that are still having a hard time leaving their 3-4-3 or their 3-5-2 of like, I have to fit in Minta. Like, yeah, he's fucking so attacking. It's like, he might get an assist sometimes. Like he also just fucking doesn't do anything usually, It's like, why don't you get a 4-5 defender who averages 4 points a game? Like, that's pretty good. Like we could do that instead.
Yeah, I mean, it's rare, I think, in a season that we wildcard back-to-back weeks, because then we can also like compare contrast, right? And I also we talked about this at the time, so I don't need to spend too much time on it, but I also went DefCon heavy, but from a different direction. I went the cheapest defenders possible in the game, nailed 4-0s alongside Senesi and Tarko, who I thought were the best 2. And my last 2 attackers are very benchable. And I just swap in and out, try and find the cleans. So like the way that I've done it is like, I'm still trying to get the cleans. And, when it comes off huge and they get fucking double digits because they're DefCon and clean and likely for bonus by nature of those 2 things. And then if they don't clean, I'm just hoping, 3 or 4 points. Just give me that. So I have like a high floor and I'm trying to do it that way. But yeah, I don't know. Like, I think there was a really, really strong template, specifically this week, because it seemed like every fucking person on earth was on wildcard. And we saw it in our live stream on Friday. I mean, it was insane how every single person had João Pedro and would not even talk to us about moving off of him. And everyone had...
That was only one of our dear listeners.
No, but everyone had him. Everyone had him. And we were just like, well, obviously, popular. You know what we don't like. Everyone was really heavy at the back, really expensive, whether it's Raya or Pope, like multiple 5-5 or up center backs.
Every team.
Gabriel's in every team. Tarko's in every team. Senesi's in every team, but they're still
in every team, but
3-4-3. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's interesting. I mean, we'll see how it keeps shaking out every week.
Yeah, I mean, it's just wrong. Like, I think it's just that simply put. I think it's just wrong. Like, it's just the wrong strategy to implement this season.
I mean, I've never had more bench points in my life. I have 3 out of the 6 weeks, 50% of the weeks, I have double digits on my bench.
Yep.
That's crazy. Like, that's bananas. That happens like so rarely. Like the end of season review, when we look at bench points or like auto sub points and all that shit is going to be so insane compared to past seasons. And every single one of mine.
Not for me. I'm going to be in the opposite
well, you're going to have less than I don't have one bench point. You don't have players.
Yeah, but that's another aspect to it. I mean, it's, we tackled it from a different angle, and we'll see how we travel over the course of time. But like, because my entire team is center backs and 5 attackers who are the best players on their team who never get dropped unless if they get injured, it lets me have king and no player. Like, I mean, I don't have a bench. It doesn't matter. I don't have to give a shit about it. And it's also like, look, LaCroix, last week I had Tarko against Liverpool, 3 points. Fine. This week, LaCroix, Liverpool, 4 points. Fine. And that was one of the things I was worried about, is like, how is that going to look versus should I find another million to get
or something?
Yeah. But like, if I had another million and I downgraded somewhere to get a 5-5 player in for king, they wouldn't have gotten more than like 3 or 4 points. I mean, that's like what, and I'm really glad I didn't do that. Like, I'm glad I'm glad I didn't buy the insurance that LR was trying to sell me.
The insurance,
because I would be just down money and points everywhere, because I would have taken, like, if I wouldn't have had Van Dijk or I wouldn't have had Tarko, and the trickle down effect to just not have more points is where I would have ended up. So.
I mean, I think likely you would have ended up even-ish, if you picked someone like the cheap guys who people were considering, like mostly Elliot Anderson I'm talking about here, I think is still just like the best 5-5 who we keep recommending to people every week.
You and me both know I wouldn't have picked him.
But I don't, if we're talking about guys that cheap, I genuinely don't know who you would have talked yourself into. Like, they're all DMs.
It was probably Harvey. I probably would have had Harvey.
Well, that would have been a disaster. Yeah.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. All right. I got no September mug winners yet. FPL site is a piece of shit. Nothing new there. Nothing's updated. So I'll do those on the next episode. Where do you want to kick off here?
Okay. I think number one.
Just oofing your oof.
Yeah. I think Bruno. We got to talk about Bruno. Bruno. What in the actual world of fuck is this guy up to this year? Well, I own him, so I'm so biased. And I was also selling Bruno pills for a while preseason.
Yes. Same. I started with them Gameweek 1.
What's going on? Like, what are we reading into here?
Yeah, well, it's a weird one when I'm making 2 moves on like a Friday night and we're not actually in touch at all, which is not usually the case. Like, usually I'm discussing with you. But one thing for those who don't know, like, I was 100% getting rid of Palmer, and it was a matter of like, do I go with the quote unquote easy move, which is Bruno, which every single wildcard team has Bruno, or do I go down and spread the money, take some punts? I ended up taking punts. It didn't work out. I'm 0 for 1 on the punts on Game Week 6.
Foden got 2 more points than Bruno, even though
Steve on my to kill list stealing that goal. I mean, he had to.
Electric man.
He had to set records.
Man is electric.
Yeah, but like, so what I was looking at with Bruno is that I think where we both were, like, preseason, Game Week 1, Game Week 2, even was all right. He's same old Bruno. Sure, he's starting a little bit deeper, but obviously he's still on pens. He's still creating chances. I think in that Burnley game, he was further forward than probably any other game he has been this season. And since then, I was sitting here staring at it, looking for reasons to put him on my team, looking for reasons to believe in Palmer to Bruno being good. And listen, if he scored the pen, would we be talking about this? Probably not. So maybe this is all moot because he got a fucking pen and he would have had like a 9-pointer or something. But his open play stuff, open play attack, his touches in the box, his shots, his everything, every single thing ever is the lowest in his career. He's not just playing central midfield with license to get forward. He is the ball progressor. His job is to pass it to the forward guys, who they spend a combined 180 million on, and they do the attacking stuff. And if he gets anything
in open play,
is that what?
He's Adam Wharton in open play, basically.
Yes, exactly. And so, yeah, he's Adam Warren with pens, and they've gotten 3 pens, so he could have 1 million points, and we'd still be sitting here.
4, excuse me, 4 pens. No,
has it been
3?
4?
No, 3. He scored
3,
1, right. 3.
But yeah, he just straight up does not ever get forward, and I think some people are probably looking at like his XG and whatever, and like really, when I was looking at it more micro, he had the one monster chance against Chelsea that he scored. That's his open play goal.
That almost got VAR'd off.
Tap in. That was a header from Dorgu that almost got VAR'd off. That was 5 minutes after Bob Sanchez got sent off, and it was complete chaos in that game. Absolute complete fuckland chaos. Other than that, he does absolutely nothing in open play, and so I just think ultimately, even though that he will DefCon and they will get
pens, 11. He's good at getting 11. He's done that twice.
He's been cucking pretty hard. He will DefCon sometimes. He will get pens. He will play 90 every game. All of this shit. I just think that ultimately he's going to fall by the wayside. Like if I compare him even to someone like Pac, who I know you're obviously, I don't have to convince you, but I think a lot of people are kind of like off the Pac wagon, out of the Wolf Pack. And Pac actually shows up in the box all the time. Like it crosses into the box, Pac's there, and it gets headed out by a center back. He gets shots. He's in and around the things. He's also DefConning at like a similar rate to Bruno, honestly. And he's also on pens. And I look at him and like we were joking early season, like, oh, he's Bruno for 3 million cheaper. Like he's actually just better than Bruno, I think, which is insane. I know because Bruno has 3 pens, but that's just what I was seeing. And I don't really expect it to change. Like, honestly, he would have to like completely rip the formation up and not start Cunha or Bumo or Sesko and move Bruno up. I just don't think any of those things are going to happen.
Yeah. I mean, I don't even know. My head's going to explode. Like there's so many things that are pulling me in different directions. Like there's the one other world where, you know, he gets one more DefCon in 2 separate games and he goes 3 for 3 on pens and he's the highest scoring midfielder in the game.
Highest scoring player period.
In the game. Yeah.
By a lot.
Easily.
Yep.
And then there's the world we're living in right now where, I mean, the pens, like they were horrific pens. And
the 2 misses were awful.
And like, I mean, his career pen rate is very similar to what the XG, whatever on pens.
It's just
like,
league average.
League average. He's a league average penalty taker. The problem, like, I mean, you know, he loves a yellow card. He's already on 2 for, you know, doing whatever silliness he does.
He's no KDH.
No, well, he's not picking up one every game, but who is? But I think where I'm coming from is like a similar position as you of like, in theory, playing in this role could be really good for FPL because he gets DefCon if he also had the pace and the ability to join into attacks.
Right.
He does not have that. And the team is so bad that they don't really ever have sustained possession in the final third. They're just kind of a counterattacking.
They're a transition team, 100%. I don't even think that's a bad thing. You know, there's a lot of good teams that are transition teams.
It is, but it is for Bruno. It is for him. Like we're analyzing it through a Bruno. Like it's good for Bumo. It's not good for Bruno.
Yeah.
And I mean, you know, it's also a little. I mean, the Chelsea game you could kind of throw out because it was against 10, but they have played City and Arsenal. So I mean, the fixtures have
tough
been
schedule. Yep.
Have played a couple of top. So they have that going, but it's hard to. And his set pieces are just. It's almost like he doesn't have them.
A little offensive.
The delivery.
Yeah, it's a little
the
offensive.
Delivery is just so bad. It's almost like not even worth considering that in your head that's an avenue. So, I mean, I was trying to sit here and it's just hard because like again, right? You're saying he scores the pen. He scored 9 points.
We're not
discussing this.
I don't think we would have gotten. We got like 6 questions about Bruno on Discord. I literally don't think we would have gotten one. If he scores the pen.
Like, oh yeah, he just
everyone would have been like, obviously Bruno.
Oh, yeah, of course. Yeah, obviously he got a pen. They get pens all the time. He got one. He did it. He didn't do anything else, and he got me 9 points or 10 or whatever. And I'm sitting here very satisfied.
So the hard thing about that is separating like what's repeatable, what's projectable, what will keep happening, right? Like if they continue at getting a pen in every other game, they get fucking 19 pens this year. He's gonna be a pretty good pick,
which is a ridiculous notion, right?
Obviously, that's never happened in history and will not happen. And like, I don't know. It's just it'd be one thing, I think, if the way that the pens were won were kind of, well, Buma won it the way that you would expect Manchester United to win a pen in the Brenham game, but the other ones are like Mount and Ahmad, or what I'm trying to say is if they were really dominating in the final third and putting teams under tons of pressure and winning these pens by just sheer like dominance, and I think we'd be a little bit more like, yeah, but Manchester United look fucking legit good. Like the attack has actually taken like a massive leap forward this season. And it sort of seems sustainable, and he's creating some chances and blah, 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 blah. But man, it just seems fucking random. It's like, is Mason Mount gonna get like his arm pulled by some dumb center back, or like? And then there's also the like slight worry of like, what if he just doesn't take the next pen because they have two really good pen takers also on the team.
Bumo missed the one in the League Cup shootout or whatever the fuck the last one, but Cunha, he took pens for Wolves, but yeah, that if he doesn't take the next pen, he's one of the actual worst picks in the game.
Oh my god, he's $5 million. He's worse too expensive.
Caicedo.
Yeah, for sure.
The one other aspect though too to just try and which is challenging. I mean, he has no assists so far in the season, which is not typical for him. I mean, usually he's trickling in assists at a pretty decent rate from just by nature of how he's creating chances. But the DefCons, like he has 4 extra points on the season in DefCons, and he's had 2 DefCon chairs of 4 points missed. So
that would help a lot.
But just the fact that he's even getting those points are points that other midfield picks that we are looking at just don't get, Like, look, Caicedo or Anderson, who's, maybe he never gets a return in his life. I mean, Pack's fine, but like just in the grand scheme of things, like thinking about it in terms of all of the open play concerns are valid, and we've been seeing them get borne out by watching their games this season.
Yep.
And also, if he's getting 2, which the 2 points, like we looked at his numbers last year, he was like fucking leading the league basically.
Yeah.
He's getting one every other game. So that does also just lift his floor a lot, like over the course of time. Yep. Like the fact that he's getting an extra 2 points, every other or every third game. He would have
had 22 extra points last season.
So you're looking at
196 if he had it last season.
Yeah, basically 1 in 3-ish. He's getting the points, and so far he's gotten it 2 in 6, and the 2 games that he didn't get it were 11. He had 11 points twice. So
yeah.
I still feel like all of these things, like I want to sell him, but I think it's stupid. Like that's what I keep coming down to. I just think it's stupid.
And I mean it's hard because last year he wasn't always in the deep central midfield, right? So it's like it is a notably different role to me. How deep he is, like how much of like a deep central midfielder ball progressor he is, and he's not far forward, right? And again, like back to the numbers and stuff like that. It's like a normal season. It's like he probably has an assist by now. This season, everything's down. He's way deeper. He's not in positions to get assists nearly as often as he ever has been. I mean, it's like in it was like, let me just finish because I was going to say like Ndai is kind of the guy that I've been like sort of targeting as like, all right, they have some mixed fixtures and I'm going to punt on Foden for now. But I'm like, I think Ndai is insane. Like, I think he's also on pens. He's 6'5". He also DefCons sometimes. And then you compare someone like Ndai to Bruno. It's like, in what world is Bruno better, 2.5 million better than Ndai, who actually attacks and gets in the box and gets shots in the box? He gets big chances. Yeah. There's no world. There's no fucking world.
No, you're right. I mean, there are a lot of picks in this vein. I think that you can. I mean, even like fucking. I mean, maybe not like piss hair, but there are other midfielders who are just on pens that you can look at. That I mean, Pack is. Like case in point. I mean, he's fucking Bruno is just a 3 million more expensive version of Pack.
Yeah,
who's worse.
And the team's better, but if he's not in the final third, like how does that affect them? Right? It's like we're not picking Like, I mean, Caicedo is a great example, right? Like, we're not picking like deep CMs just because they're on like top 6 teams. It's like they're just not good, you know?
Yeah, I think the one thing I just do want to mention, because I think it's so challenging, we're still only 6 game weeks in. The fixtures are really, I think, important to look at with Bruno, because the 3 home games they had were Arsenal, which, you know, he didn't do anything, and that was an 11 DefCon game, but, you know, he had a couple of little things here or there.
Yeah.
But the Burnley game at home, he was piling on stats, and that was the one game that he actually did score the pen in.
And Man United were really, really good in that game. I think that really at that point, it was like
their best game.
Yeah, it was like, whoa, like maybe Cunha, Bumo have unlocked something in this team, and they're going to be really good. Yeah.
Yeah. And then there was the home Chelsea game against 10 men where he scored the open play goal. And then the 3 away games were Fulham, where he missed the pen, City, where he got and did nothing, obviously, and then the Brentford game where he missed a pen.
Yeah.
It's just, you know, I mean, they've had
that's
one
not
good
a player
home game.
You sell. Like when you list it like that, that's not a player you sell ever.
They've had one home game against a bad team, and they've had 3 tricky away games, and he's just like been. I like you're picking out like Ndai, and like if you're vacuously telling me like which of these 2 players do you want, it's Ndai by a lot when you look at the 2.5. It's 100%. Not close.
But is that worth a transfer?
Yeah, is it worth a transfer? But it's also just like history has to count for something, and I still believe like Bruno still just has these 2 goal 1 assist games where it's like, oh, he's like doing the things this game.
Yeah.
And like we have so many years of that happening.
Yeah.
With Ndai, it's just a lot of hopium, and they have Moy. It's like, I don't know. I mean, yeah, I like a lot of the things on paper that we see with him, like on pens and right wing and shoots and, you know, the left wing creating space for the back posts with him coming in and like all this stuff. And then he gets subbed at 70 when it's 1-1. I'm like, what the fuck is going on here? Like, if he's not dribbling someone, it's like, well, what are you really, you're not doing that. You're not really doing anything, you know? So, I mean, everyone has their holes, all these players, we can find holes with all of them. And
totally.
I just, you know, I'm just still sitting with Bruno, and like, I feel like the DefCon, I don't know. I can't bring myself to sell him, I think is where I'm towards.
And it's like, I mean, we keep kind of saying the same thing, but it is true. It's just, he's so close to being the highest scorer in the entire game, and his ownership percentage would be double, and no one would ever be discussing even possibly getting rid of him.
Or he sucks at pens now, and he's never.
Or he sucks at pens, and he's a nightmare. But it's like there's also the other side of this, which is like, I mean, I think we know by now Amarim's not going to change his system. I mean, there's already rumors that like he's getting sacked on November 1st, and that was like a clause in his contract or something that he had to stay for a year. But there's all these moments in I don't know if the City game was one of them, but definitely the Burnley game. Someone got hurt. Maybe that was the Mount injury game. I can't really remember. And he just moved up into the front 3 and was fucking
the Burnley game.
Amazing. And he was just...
That was the Burnley game.
Yeah, someone got hurt in the Burnley game. He played attacking mid, and he was back to Bruno of last year, Bruno of the last 5 years. And it was like, if he plays this position, he's going to get open play goals, open play assists, and he's on pens. Unbelievable pick. My fear is that like this is the plan, and he will not be getting open play goals, and he will not be getting open play assists, and you just have to cross your fingers that they keep getting pens at an unsustainable rate.
Or that he gets DefCons at a better rate than he got last year.
Yes.
And it's more like he's getting
which
it.
I guess he should, like, by playing that much deeper.
Yeah, I mean, if he got 4 DefCon games instead of 6, like that makes up a lot for the perceived lowering in percentage of open play returns.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, it's just the presence of Šeško, like I don't know what he is good at. I mean, he's I guess it's just physical size.
Flicking on a header is all I've seen so far, where I'm like, that was good.
But I mean, it's hard for me to imagine that, you know, with Bruno behind Cunha and Bumo wouldn't, like, if they had time to work on that understanding and that partnership, that wouldn't be just really good.
Yeah.
It's just, they bought Šeško for the money, and it's, you know, he plays this way and he likes this, so he's going to do this. But all right,
it's also
so let's
just
move
like
over.
how bad Ugarte has been, I think, is a huge factor here. Where he just
they have no replacement.
He hates Menu. Ugarte is terrible. And the only other guy on the team is Casemiro. So he's just like, hey, Bruno just has to play there. Yeah.
All right. So let's move over to Arsenal. I think that's the next biggest thing.
Yeah, a lot of Arsenal stuff.
Yeah. They got out of jail with the lucky bullshit at the end of the game. Set piece FC, as they want to do. What's your current Arsenal position on players, personnel?
Well, I think we really have to separate this out by attack and defense.
Okay, let's do that.
So attack-wise, I mean, obviously Saka's back, started. I think he tired, and Arteta actually subbed him, which is rare. Odegaard's back. He subbed on. He looked good. Gyok's still playing 90 and just getting on the end of most of the things, even if some of them are good chance. Shot a lot, which you like. I mean, if he keeps getting a lot of shots, he'll get a lot of points, I think. So from an attack perspective, I think I'm more interested and more enthused after that Newcastle game, mostly in attack. I'm looking at home West Ham, at Fulham after the international break. Maybe that's shaky. Home Palace, when we still don't know how Europe is going to affect Palace. I mean, it won't be an easy game, but it might be easier than playing them right now or something. And then at Burnley, at Sunderland in 10 and 11. And I'm thinking, I guess hasn't changed that much where I was like 2 or 3 weeks ago. And I was saying like, they're going to score 5 in one of these games and they're going to score 3 in probably another one of them. That's what they do. They're still really good. And so from that perspective, I mean,
does all the Europe not concern you a little bit? And they have a lot of Europe in between all these games with the break. You think they're fine?
I mean, that's the same as it's been for years, right? Like, I don't know, they have Olympiacos, they're home Olympiacos, home Atletico Madrid are their 2 European games in this entire stretch. I mean, those are like fine.
They're not leaving London.
Yeah, they're not leaving London. Like, it just seems like this is a good time to, I think, maybe even double down on Arsenal shares. And I prefer doing it in the attack than defense, which I think is like a contrarian take almost because so many people are on Raya Gab or Raya Timber or Timber Gab. And I'm
so you're on Saka.
Well, I'm looking at this being like, it might be Saka Gyok time and just, they're going to have a stinker. They always do. One of these winnable games will be a 1-1 very bad performance.
I mean, it's probably going to be the Fulham game.
The Fulham game.
Like that, those games after the break, like they're going to be.
It's a tough game.
Trying to just get out of there with anything they can possibly grab onto.
But they will balance the books with 1 or 2, 4 or 5 goal games, and you just want to have shares in those games for hauls. Yeah. So I think it's actually like a sneaky time to maybe get an Arsenal attacker. And I mean, Superfruct also was asking about Eze. I think he's interesting. Like last week we were saying not a pick, not nailed, yada, yada, yada. And now he's starting in the position where we want him to be starting in the midfield.
Is that not concern? Like Odegaard on the bench. Odegaard. I mean, is that not a concern of who's play? Because he's like fucking Ebenings. Like he's not going to all of a sudden play 5 attackers. I mean, that's the problem.
We want him to desperately, but he won't.
Yeah, I mean, he seems like he's having an actual sexual relationship with Trossard. He just can't stop starting him. But what we want to see is Eze playing left wing and Odegaard
in the middle
playing. I mean, I know Odegaard's coming off an injury and he's being managed a little bit. But like if we have Eze left wing, Odegaard playing, and then Rice and I don't give a shit who else, Zubamendi or fucking whoever, and then Saka on the right with Gyok, I mean, that team will score 5 goals against a lot of teams. I don't think he's going to do that. Like, I just don't have any faith or belief that he's going to do something like that. Like, I think he's just going to jam Marino in or bench Eze or rotate, like play Zubamendi and Rice and fucking like, I don't know. Like, I just don't know what he's going to do.
So Eze just still isn't really a pick. As good as he was in the Newcastle game, I thought he was fucking great. I mean, Pope really made some huge saves, but
he was great.
I still think with Gyok and Saka, they will start every game and they will get points in this stretch. I just think this is the stretch where they have some huge wins, and that's when you want them. Do you think so too?
I mean, I was similarly thinking before I asked you the question about Arsenal, like Saka and Gyak was in my head of like, this is the because I thought Saka was phenomenal.
Yeah.
He faded after halftime.
Faded. Yeah, he faded.
Faded pretty quickly. But, I don't know. Like, Timber was kind of honestly pissing me off a little bit in the game. Like, I felt like every time they were up in the final third or like trying to progress, like he was just like taking a little too long on the ball. Like it just felt like they were getting slowing down a little bit too much. Like it wasn't fast enough for me, like quickly moving the ball. I don't know. Like, I mean, Saka and Timber, I've never really liked them together. Like, I don't know if they understand each other at all. Like I still wish like that we had Benny Blanco over there, but
the good old days.
I thought Saka had a lot of encouraging signs, and it was a hard game against Newcastle. He's getting chopped down, but I'm still a little bit just concerned. Is it's like he's gonna play. They have the midweek game against some stupid team, and then they play Western at home, and then he goes he's gonna go play probably fucking idiot German guy's gonna play him for 180 minutes or something. He's gonna come back to Fulham. Yeah, and then he's going to come back to Fulham, and it's like I'm still a little bit worried about the minutes, honestly. Like, because if he is playing 70 minutes
with Saka specifically,
with Saka,
it never feels fantastic to buy a guy who's still kind of hurt or just barely recovering. Right? I just did this on my wild card with Palmer. Immediately got hurt in 20 minutes of playing. No one in the world would be shocked if Saka came off after 25 minutes, limped off the sideline, with feeling his fucking groin or something, right? There's no, but what we need here is like a cheeky Sir Alex. Saka limps off the pitch before the international break, and sorry, I missed the England games, guys. Can't go.
Yeah. I mean, he looked fit. He just looked like he wasn't match fit. So I am a little bit more encouraged by that.
Me too.
And I mean, there were a few moments in the first half where he just looked electric, and his deliveries over on the corners were all, they have maybe one or two that weren't so good, but he has a lot of potential there. And we don't know, like there's the speculation about who's taking the pens. I mean, it's obviously
we still don't know.
Yeah, we still don't know. 9-8. I mean, good fixtures. Like he should be good, I think. And
this feels like the time, and obviously, you're always going to feel some amount of regret when you use 2 frees to get 2 guys, and you're already thinking like, should I have done that? Like, I don't know. Because now I'm like, obviously, I wish I just held, and then I would have done Palmer to Saka 1,000,000%. I would not have even considered anyone else. And I'm already thinking like, am I going to do Mo to Saka? Like, that's what's going through my head this week. But yeah, the Saka Gyak double up is something that very much intrigues me. And I'm glad you're with me there, because it feels really different from where like the general focus is in not just our Discord, but like every team I've seen, which is double defense. Like, should I triple defense? And I'm just like, oh God, no, I don't think so.
Yeah. I mean, and let's go back to the defense. I mean, Raya, it just still represents such bad value to me to be spending this amount of money on someone who's going to be either getting you 2 or 6 points.
Yeah.
Nothing's changed there. And it's also similar too with this regard. We know that they're top 3 defense in maybe world football. It doesn't take that much to just concede a goal. Like it happens. Like Voltamade, like Gabriel just decides to
fall
down to get the sand out of his vagina, and then a goal happens right behind him. And like that happens. That happens once a game. Yeah. That can happen once a game. So you're looking at like your best case scenario with Raya is he's cleaning, 40% of the games. Spending that amount of money for that is still just not worth it, because there's the other scenario where like you look at, something like NFO game week 1, right? oh yeah, like what's the worst they're going to keep? Like 2 cleans in these 6? How about 0?
How about 0 all season?
How does 0 sound? Yeah, I mean, it's mitigating circumstances.
Best I could do is 0. You know how many zeros I can fit into this? Like,
yeah. So it's just, you're paying 5, 6 now. It just doesn't make sense at the outlay. But I mean, with Gabriel, it's really tricky because like he's DefCon'd in 2 games. I mean, he got 19 in the Newcastle game. It was just
crazy.
A bizarre one. Yeah, Mascara was having bits, and then Saliba came out. It was just a lot of action in Gabriel's zone. And the only other game that he got DefCon, he got exactly 10.
But the other games close in a few others, right? He had 2 7s and an 8.
It's not that close. Like, I mean,
80% of the way there and 70% of the way there. That's like pretty close,
but I mean, But looking at it representative of like last season, like he wasn't getting to it. Like, I mean, 2 and 6 is kind of the rate that he was getting last season, if I recall, from when we were looking at him and talking about him.
For DefCons, you mean?
Yeah, I think it was something like 10 or 11 games or something. Yeah,
it was bad last week. Yeah, I'll pull it up while you're talking. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So, I mean, from that standpoint, you're also looking at like he's obviously not a bad pick. I mean, he's a center back.
He never has been. Never been a bad pick ever. Yeah.
I mean, he gets, around 4 or 5 attacking returns every season. He's usually pretty good on bonus, and they usually keep, 12 to 14 cleans a year. He's fine. Like he's fine. He's a fine pick. And if you put him in, you're going to be happy with this fixture run looking, I would imagine. It's just like, you can't have everyone. So
yeah. And I take offense is a little strong there, but I take something about when everyone's just like, oh my God, including us. Cause like we're emotional and we feel it in the moment. Oh my God, Gabriel gets a fucking lucky dong at the end of the game. It's not luck. That's why people own him, right? Like people own him because he's a monster on set pieces, and the DefCons are maybe, okay, that's not, going to happen regularly. 19 is fucking crazy, but I couldn't find the number for last season, how many he actually got, but he averaged 6.3 per 90.
Yeah, I mean, that's so about as bad.
Very
about as bad
bad
as you can get.
Yeah, for a center back, that's like insanely bad.
Yeah. So maybe it wasn't even, he didn't even get that many. Maybe he got more like, 12 points or something.
Yeah, I mean, 6.3, like the only center backs who are down there, or not even center backs, it's pretty much all fullbacks down there is what I'm looking at, like, in for this season. So, and we don't think anything's changed. We don't see any reason why he'd be getting significantly more or not, but and then there's the fullbacks, and Timber and Cala, and I mean, you just really, really need to hit some sort of Timber 24 pointer, or some Calafiori random goal type of thing for them to, earn it. And, those are really hard to predict. I mean, those often come in crazy games. I mean, Calafiori scored against Man City last year, Timber. Okay, yeah, sure. Timber's 24 pointer was home Leeds. Maybe he's more in the final third in these easy games. I don't know that. You would have to ask an Arsenal fan that, but I don't think they're predictable enough that you can look at a 5-game stretch and be like, in these games, one of them is getting a fucking 18-pointer one of these weeks. I just think that's pretty random when like a fullback is going to just pop up with a goal or brace of assists or something. And so I just go back to just like, if I was going to get one, it would just definitely be Gabriel, I think.
Yeah, I agree.
For the long stretch, I think maybe you can talk yourself into like Timber or Cala, but I'm also wondering if they're even that nailed.
Yeah, I mean, Benny Blanc's, he's right there. I mean, to me, he's better than both of them when he's fit. And it's been a couple years, but I mean, I've seen thousands of minutes of Ben White and thousands of minutes of Timber and some minutes of Calafiori. And I'm just like, give me Ben White a million every day of the week. I just think I like Timber. He's fine.
Yeah,
I think he's also. I think he's
like
also
Calafiori
limited
too. I think he's having a really good start to the season.
I think both of those players are limited. And I think Ben White just has everything.
Right.
That's a difference.
And then like Lewis Skelly even subbed on late in this game. And Cappy will be back in a few weeks. Like the numbers just pile up to like a little bit of a Like, could he play one in the Champions League, one in the league? Like, yeah, of course he could. Like, why wouldn't he do that? So I still think the big priorities are in attack, and that's why we spend our money in attack, right? It's more predictable. It's more, they have a good run of fixtures, they will score more goals. It's less like that with like attacking defenders, I think.
Yeah, totally. Yeah. I'm with you on that.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I mentioned Mo out. I mean, we should just go to this Hamburglar question who said, at what point do you suggest your listeners learn their lesson from last year? And when the pod boys say to blindly stick with the mega premiums no matter what, it's time to get rid. Last year was Holland. This year it seems like it's Mo. So Mo fucking out.
It's just, I feel it's a little bit of a rough spot because it's not every game week that they are going to play the second place team in the table as they did this weekend. Liverpool,
Crystal Palace.
Yeah. I mean, they will play them again in the cup. We do like to play each other. We have like 5 games a year scheduled, it seems like.
Somehow.
But it can't be understated how bad the fixture was. I mean, they played second place. Like, they played the second best team in the division.
In the world.
By record. I don't know about the world, but in the division. Let's just stick with England, okay? Because the table, the points are there.
Yeah.
That's what's true. Next week, he plays a fucking horrendous team with an actual bald person managing them who get red cards every week, and they're going to be undermanned against Chelsea. Red card. They love a red card. They have a goalkeeper who doesn't know what he's doing, and their center back pair is probably going to be like Achimpong and fucking W. Dot playing his second. Yeah, Hato playing his like second. Either of which are going to be playing their second game in the division in years and ever in Hato's case. So look, you can make jokes all you want about Holland last year. We were blindly misled, but this, I still am just like, you're fucking. He also almost scored a goal with a fucking tap in if he didn't sky it with his little foot.
He had a big chance.
Like, he had an enormous chance that he fucked up.
Yeah.
Still on pens. I mean, it's still the best team in the league by a lot. It's crazy. Like, I still am just like, what are we doing here? Like, why are we even thinking about this?
Yeah, I mean, I get it. I get it. Like, the team isn't clicking, the attack's not clicking. I mean, obviously they were so bad in the first half. Palace could have been fucking far and it just completely
should have been out of sight.
You sub off the entire 11 and still win the game. But the second half, I thought Liverpool was great. I mean, they just limited chances, created a lot of chances, just didn't really score them. And, you look at the fixtures at Chelsea, aforementioned, they're a mess. Home Man United after international break is like his all-time highest scoring fixture of his life. He has like about 50 goals in 10 games there. That seems good, but I also get it. I don't know. Is something wrong with him? Is something wrong with Liverpool? Is the system not getting him the ball in the right spots? All of these are in play. And yet I don't have somewhere else I'm desperate to spend the money. Maybe Saka. I could totally see Mo to Saka and be like, fine, just do it. And you'll get Mo back eventually. I don't know, whatever. Fine with that.
Probably not.
Well, maybe, when they have their good run later, right?
He's gone. Isn't he gone?
Yeah, I mean, he still gets to play home NFO at West Ham, home Sunderland, at Leeds, home Brighton before leaving. Yeah. But so that would be the run you'd get him. Yeah. In like 12 or whatever.
I'm not fine with that at all. Like, I really don't think that you're making hay while the sun shines by doing Mo to Saka. I think you're just going to be leaving points. I mean, look, it's obviously clear that he's not getting the numbers and the output that he typically does. Despite having 2 goals and 2 assists through 6 game weeks here. But, that's not going to just continue for the rest of the season because
it can't.
He looks skills-wise exactly the same way he did last year. Like, it's the exact same player from what I'm watching. Can't dribble anyone whenever he plays the ball. Has a wicked delivery whenever he plays a ball and he's creating chances. And, he just hasn't had as many shot opportunities and attempts as we typically see. But when he has and he's tried to cut, like, all of that's still in play. It's just going to be okay. Like, it's going to be fine. I have no doubt in my mind that he's going to be fine and it's going to be okay. So I'm still very content and happy to just hold on to him. And I'm really encouraged that people are selling him because like it's just like him being a differential. It's, it's pre-game week 1 when Haaland was a differential. I mean, none of these players go on 38 game week binges where they're incredible for the entire spell for every year forever. Like they all have these moments where they go off for one reason or another, whether it's they're carrying something or the tactics tweak or they get a couple new players in the off season and they have to make adjustments. But the cream always rises to the crop, and this is still a world-class player. So I just, I'm just holding faith in that, and I just think it's going to be okay with Mo. So I'm sticking with him.
Well, and also just like to focus on the question for a sec, it's just so different from last year. I mean, last year we were keeping Haaland and not getting Mo. That would be like the equivalent of this year would be if we were saying, don't get Haaland, hold Mo. Captain Mo every week. That is emphatically not what we're saying at all. And the money is spread so differently this year that other than maybe Saka, he might be the one guy that like we can't afford that we would like to afford. I can afford anyone in the fucking game. I feel like I can just double move to anyone in the game freely while holding Mo and Haaland very easily. So it is very different than last year in terms of like the effect on the FPL team. If he's blanking, it's not like, oh, fuck, I have to wait for, if Haaland blanked last year in an earlier game, we just knew we were fucking completely railed. The game week was over already. Mo's going to get a goal assist. Haaland blanked. We're completely fucked and it's over. So it's not like that this year.
Yeah, for sure.
So we got some forward questions. Maybe we can talk about some forwards. I mean, maybe I just do these one by one because they're all different. Jeff said, who's the better buy, Ollie or Gyak? So he followed it up by saying, Villa are away to Feyenoord on Thursday before hosting Burnley on Sunday. Is there anything you could see on Thursday to make you interested in Ollie? Like some combo of Villa rotation and an Ollie cameo goal or something like that?
No.
Get fucked. And that would be... No, I think that's the right answer. I think the addendum I would have is if I still magically owned Ollie. I mean, I don't know who the fuck still owns Ollie, but if I owned Ollie, I would hold him. I'd hold him for Burnley.
Last game.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, Spurs. I want to talk about Spurs because they're not so good either, but we'll get there. But yeah, Gyak's clearly the better buy. Alex said, options seem grim for the second and third forward spots past Haaland. Do any of Gyak, Mateta, Bowen make sense, or are we all just waiting for Isak?
Don't have 3 forwards. It's not that complicated. It's really not. Right? Just don't do it. You're wasting everything of your life doing this.
I have 3 forwards.
Well, you're seeing it through a different lens. I mean, look, you have Rich. You're not gonna have Rich for long. We know that. You're gonna get his game this week.
I already want to fuck him off.
Yeah, I mean, you're gonna get him this week. He's gonna do whatever it is he does. We're gonna go away for a couple of weeks, and then you're gonna transfer him out. So
almost definitely.
Or you're just gonna start. You're just gonna bench him. And you're gonna play your.
Yeah, totally.
I mean, you already have 2. You have 3 players on your bench who are all superior to Richarlison, and 2 of them are 4 million defenders, and the other one is
not this week.
Not Dewsbury Hall, but
no, this week I wouldn't say they're better, but yeah.
No, but in general, like in the
just as a pick, but like
as a pick.
Game week 8. I mean, I've rode on at Burnley. I've Ekdal home Leeds. I've Pack home Brenham. I fucking should bench boost in Game week 8. I'm fucking stacked in Game week 8. Anyway.
Yeah. But no, I mean, generally, I don't think you should be having 3 forwards. I think that's just a misalignment of funds. And I think it's like, if you're looking at it and it's this hard to do, then you're asking yourself the wrong question. If you're like, I can't possibly find stop looking. Like, just stop looking.
Right.
Like there's your answer.
Yeah.
Like you don't see one.
Haaland is not a player we need to discuss at all, right? He's in every team. We're all playing with 10. We are both pretty high-ish on Gyak. Like, I don't think he's been great or anything. He's not, but he's getting shots. He's getting chances. They've had a really hard schedule, and they have a really easy bunch of games. That's enough.
I have
for
him
me.
in my team.
That's enough for me. Yeah. So 2 forwards. we feel great about him. Obviously, I'm higher than anyone else in the world on Bowen. That's why he's in my team. He's been great. But I'm not going to sit here and be like, yeah, everyone should have Bowen. Everyone should be transferring Bowen. I just think he's...
No. I mean, he scored with his only shot today, and it was deflected. So it's like,
I just think he's way under...
here.
Yeah, I just think he's way undervalued. I obviously, aforementioned discussion about Bruno, thought that Bruno was fading from being a pick that I like. And I'm looking at Jared Bowen, who's just 180 every year. And I'm like, yeah, that's who I want to stick with long term. So that's that. Fair. That's a different discussion. Fair. But every other forward in the game is just like, I don't fucking know, dude. Yeah, I would not shop in this bracket. All the Voltamata fears came true. It's like, great, he scored. He also got subbed on 60 again. And he's probably going to start against St. Gilloise. And then is he going to start in the league? Like, don't know. You can't go there. Ladro is one of the worst picks in the game. We've been talking about that every week. Mateta, I mean, got a million chances, but we'll see how that shakes out with Europe.
He's tired, man.
He's very tired, and Europe starts this week, I think, for Palace.
Yeah, I think Thursday.
Yeah, I mean, they're just not there. Timbo is Bowen the underlying truth? Yes, obviously. Rabbitman, what are your thoughts on Voltamata and Isidore?
I mean, Isidore is not a pick. I still don't believe him.
He's not even nailed.
I still don't believe him. Yeah, to be nailed. But and Voltamata, I'm with you. He's Newcastle great. I like him a lot as a player. It's just as an FPL pick. Like, he's not getting 90. The squad's a little bit bigger. Edwards rotating a bit more, which is from IRL standpoint, you like to see that.
Yeah.
We don't know if he probably doesn't have pens. It's probably piss.
Yeah, it's probably.
I just don't think he's good enough to make the 11 in FPL.
He can't be.
I just don't see it. Yeah.
And this is, Eddie will never tell us the real truth. We know about this. Don't believe his lies. But Wissa should also be back soonish, right?
Keep forgetting about Wissa.
So it's just another forward to just fuck up the whole rotation, fuck up everything. It just can't be. And the last one was Hemdog's Evan Nielsen. Do I fire him into the sun? And I think you do. I really do.
He's just not getting the shots that he was getting last year. I don't know why or what. Like, I mean, it seems like it's a deeper tactical deep dive on this that I don't have my coaching badges. I don't think I'd be able to do it, but like, they have had pretty okay fixtures so far, and his underlyings are just not there. You know what I mean, they're not what they were last year. And, you watch them play and it's just, he seems to be almost like making dummy runs, or he's just pulling defenders to create space for other players. A lot of that. And, I don't know if it's, look, the team's playing well, obviously, and maybe it's like a selfless kind of a thing to do, but the output's not there. I'm not sure what's going on with them or him, but I wouldn't be too, and he has no pens now anymore. Now we know Semenyo's on them when Kluivert's not on, and Kluivert's on to Kluivert. So, we thought he had pens. If he took that pen when Kluivert was off instead of Semenyo, you're sitting here, a little bit.
He'd be in a lot of teams.
Yeah. I mean, Kluivert started last game, so, it might have been, a very small window of this, but yeah, I think you're okay to get rid of him. I think you're more than also looking around though of like, where do you go? Like, to me, it goes back to, get a non-player and change your formation, like get more defenders in your team. And you'll say get Bowen, right?
Well, or, double move to Gyak, double move to Saka. Like what, I don't know who's on his team.
Yeah,
but
the team is, but
we've mentioned a lot of good picks. Yeah. Where should we go from here? Should we talk about Nuno, Potter out, Nuno in? We kind of briefly touched on Pack, but there's a shakeout here. Yeah.
Yeah, there's a little bit there. I mean, I thought that I missed the last like 15, 20 of the game today, but I thought that the individual player performance from West Ham was like very poor. I thought like 8 of the players were just really bad.
Yeah, first half especially, they got completely run over by Everton. It was a joke.
I mean, I was more surprised by how much space was on the pitch from a West Ham defensive standpoint. And they're just center backs couldn't deal with anything. They just were not dealing with the simplest things that were right in front of them. But the fact that they came back at it in the second half and it looked like really limited Everton a lot. And you know, you're still looking at this like we've seen Nuno for years, and you know what he does, and you know they have the personnel. Like he's gonna just, you know, you imagine the NFO last year, 2 years ago, since they've got him, and he's just going to be slowly but surely replicating the exact same thing. Putting that stamp on this team with these players and telling them like, this is how we organize. This is what we do. You know, you ask a lot of the players for 90 minutes, like they don't have any Europe. They have nothing in between. They're not fit. They're going to get fitter. You know, you imagine that they're just going to steadily improve. So like from that standpoint, from a fantasy thing, like I like Paqueta's position. Like he was in the box a lot. Every forward pass he attempted was fucking horrible. It was to an Everton player or blocked by the player directly in front of him every single time. But he was very active. He was very free again. I mean, getting DefCons means that he's, you know, really just back to all action. Like he's just in and around everything. Full crew. I don't know how long this guy's going to keep playing. He is so
could
bad.
Not have possibly been worse, and I'm really not exaggerating how bad.
I don't know how. I don't understand. Like Callum, he's on the bench. Why is he on the bench? Like he can't play 10 minutes. Like he can't play half an hour. He can't play 45 minutes. Like don't put him on the bench.
Right.
He's a problem. Like if that's his true level,
a big problem. Yeah.
He's a huge problem. So if they don't have that kind of a hold up player, they're going to have a really hard time, I think, just in general, because they're not going to be able to get control of games, because they're not going to be able to progress the ball and keep it and push their players up in the chess match. They're going to always be on the back foot, because every time they hit it to their out ball, he just gives the ball back every single time
to the center back. Yeah.
Or he falls down and then complains to the ref when there was no foul. Like that's all he did, rinse, repeat the whole game. And Somerville, he might be bad. Like
I like him. I think he has potential. I think he does good things, but yeah, there's not a lot of end product there. There's not a lot of like.
Well, there's the decision making too. It's like he's really good at dribbling. He's also really good at putting his head down and dribbling into blind alleys, when he could very capably use his skills to go into space and then make an easy pass to like keep the ball. It's not that complicated. There are so many times where I'm just like, go there and then make this pass. And he just goes the other way into two guys, and then they lose the ball. Right. So there's a lot of rough edges.
They're definitely not a good team.
No,
but where they are now, which is still probably bottom of the table or 19th or something, they will probably not end up there, because Nuno is good at what he does. For FPL,
Areola was really good. I was really impressed with Areola.
Hermansen will never play again, probably.
Possible.
But from what I was thinking about, like Paquetá, when I said earlier that like he might even be better now, is like thinking of more one-to-one from the NFO perspective. Like he's either playing the MGW role, which means like there are open play goals and assists in him, which we know he's capable of. We just don't know if he's allowed. Or he's Elliot Anderson on pens. And certainly
either way, you're in good shape.
Either way, you're in fucking great shape. If Elliot Anderson was on pens, he'd be in every single team.
Yeah. No question. You're MGW on pens or Elliot Anderson on pens? Like that's the pick, right?
That's great. Like he just, like I think at first we were both kind of negative about like the Nuno move. Like, oh God, Nuno so defensive, so whatever. It's fucking amazing for Pac. I think Pac's stocks just went way up, and he immediately DefConned, and you love to see it. Look how happy I made you. Look how happy I made you. Yeah.
I'm very happy right now.
But there's no other West Ham player outside of Pac and maybe Bowen that you can possibly buy in this moment.
I think Areola is interesting. He's 4-3.
Yeah, that's really cheap. I mean, yeah.
4-3.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Yeah.
The issue with him is like it's just not going to take a couple weeks. Like it's going to take a couple months.
I mean, there's a reason teams always fire right before an international break, right? They don't have fucking international players. That's
Pac goes to Brazil. We know
that's a huge 2 weeks for them, though, to just drill shape and just be a nightmare and They come out of, they have at Arsenal. They're not going to win. They're not going to get a point. Forget about that game. And then they come out of international break. They're home Brentford, at Leeds. Newcastle's tough. Home Burnley. They're thinking those 3 games. Let's get 7 points. And we're right back. Right back in this fight. So
Magasa.
Not sure.
He was not good today.
Yeah, his first start. You know who he's better than, though?
Oh, my God. Yeah.
Not in the squad, JWP. So I'll take that.
No, we take that.
And Potts got a 30-minute cameo, and we love Potts. We're huge Potts guys.
Yeah, I mean, I left, I think I know 10 minutes after he came on is when I left, so I didn't get to see that. But, yeah, I mean.
He was good.
Yeah, so we'll see. He was good?
He was okay with it? Yeah, he did all the things that he did in preseason. Like, he just completed some good passes. He won the ball back some tackles and whatever. And yeah, he was good. Okay. So there's a real chance that he actually does emerge eventually.
Okay. I think the one last note on West Ham I want to mention is in contrast to what they had going with the NFO squad, Somerville has pace. They have no pace.
Oh my God, you're right. They have no pace. Even because even Bowen is he's above average against the defender, but he's below average for a winger.
It's not his pace is with the ball carrying it. He accelerates well. It's not just flat
running behind,
running speed pace.
Yeah.
And a lot of the joy and a lot of the reason why NFO did have the season they had last year was the pace of Alanga and Cho and the outlets that they were being able to cause.
Great point.
And that is something that he's going to have to figure out because
they'll be buying someone.
They'll be buying in January, but
that's that's far away.
Yeah, the way that they're going to be able, or the way that they will have to create goals is going to be and have to look very different than the way NFO are creating goals and creating chances. So that's an open puzzle that we're going to have to kind of keep an eye on. Yeah,
we're going to get a heavy dose of Diouf, who somehow just has a bunch of assists. He's just good at delivering the ball. He has 3 assists in 6 games. That's crazy.
Yeah,
good for him.
He's fast.
Yeah,
maybe he's just going to start playing him at fucking left wing.
I mean, he'll definitely be overlapping and underlapping Somerville, and that's probably they'll build all the play through there.
Yeah,
we'll see.
Possibly.
Yeah. We got some more questions, or do you want to just call it there? I mean, I think this is a pretty deep dive of pod. How are you feeling?
Robust. Yeah, I mean, there's still a lot of games and teams.
There's a lot of games.
But we spent half an hour on Bruno, so I guess that's...
Half an hour on Bruno, half an hour on Arsenal.
That's what happens sometimes.
That's a pod, yeah. We also didn't mention the goodness of our Patreon and our Discord. I might have to take whatever we say now and splice it to earlier in the pod, because we got to start throwing them in earlier than the very end of the pod, right?
I don't know. It's hard because it's if people are still listening now, then maybe they're actually more.
They're hardcore.
Yeah, they're hardcore, and then they're like, "Oh, what's this you're talking about?" I don't know.
A chat room, a community of sickos.
It's definitely a community of sickos. I still can't. The Silk Song shit still fucks my head with all the censorship.
I had to get out of there.
It's crazy.
Yeah, so everyone's silk songing. There's a lot of bullying, but not in a bad way lately. It's there's a lot of bait going on in the Discord, just saying things that are just pure rage bait, and the newcomers are having a hard time.
What are you
it.
talking about?
Bait, just anything. Mo's completely washed and Vert sucks, and new guys are just immediately typing what the fuck, whatever it is. Arsenal.
Inflammatory and exclamatory remarks.
Yes, and then they learn the ropes. They're oh, this guy's always throwing out bait. Oh, this guy's a biased fan. They're blah blah blah, and they get comfy.
Once in a while, I just say something necktie, you fucking die, you piece of shit. And some new guy's whoa. This is a Tuesday. What's going on here? This is just a regular comment. Deal with it.
Stuff happens in the chat room, but it's mostly a great community. It's where we hang out all the time. So
what Rye said that he's or maybe it was someone else. It was watching the
watching
Discord,
Fest, which is our main channel.
Listening. Better than listening to the game live or something.
Yeah. Better than watching the game. I think he even went that far because it's just, especially when there's more than one game on at once, it's just update after update after update. Like blah 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 post, blah blah good chance, blah blah yellow card. Oh blah blah 6 DefCons already. Like blah, blah.
These kits are ugly. The manager's bald. Why is he wearing these shoes?
Meme.
You got everything.
Clip. Yeah. Boom.
Lifestyle.
Boom. Yeah. Lifestyle. Oh man, it's great.
Yeah.
So yeah, everyone get in there.
Yeah.
And yeah. Are you ready to move on, or you want to bring up one more game?
I don't know. Move on as in say goodbye.
Yeah.
I need to talk a little bit about my team, I think, because I can't wait until Thursday.
Hit me. Hit me where it hurts.
Think. So, well, I don't know if it's going to hurt. I don't think it will.
Okay.
But so I have 4 frees.
Holy shit.
Sitting here with 4.
Rich.
Yeah. Well, not in my 0.1 in the bank. So not in that standpoint, but.
Rich in resources.
I mean, Vandenberg is 1,000,000% gone. So, I mean, the most conservative thing I could possibly do is use 1 transfer on Vandenberg for another 4 or 5 defender, which is fine.
Right. Totally fine.
Keep everything else
happy with that.
Is.
Yep.
The other thing I'm still, I mean, I know earlier when we were talking about Bruno, I was like, I don't want to sell Bruno. But then we started talking about Saka, and I was like, oh, maybe I want Saka. But then we were also talking about Arsenal. I was like, oh, maybe I want Gabriel. So I think from that standpoint is like, do I hold Bruno or do I look at that spot critically and look to make a change?
Man, that's tough.
I could go up to Saka. I could go down to anyone and, get Gabriel instead of a cheap guy for Vandenberg.
But you can't really go up to Saka, right? Because then you're just keeping, like, where are you making that extra money? Where are you making $1 million?
Vandenberg and Queeve.
That's sketch. I mean, I don't mind the 4-0 defender, but Dubravka, I guess he's
getting
fine.
The same goalkeeping situation you have? You're like, don't do that?
Well, I have Darlow too. Don't sleep on Darlow.
But no, I mean, it's the same thing, basically.
Yeah, so you'd be going like Dubravka, Alderete, and Saka, basically. Yeah. I mean, that is an upgrade. I mean, there's no doubt in my mind that that's a fucking upgrade. Is it the right move at the right time? I mean, Bruno's also home Sunderland, which
I mean,
Sunderland have been good, but I still am like, that's a good fixture. Yeah.
I mean, all of the moves in question are upgrades. I mean, I'm not making moves to downgrade.
Well, you know what I mean.
But it is that question of like, it's important because if I want to do that, like if I'm like, okay,
why is it important that you have to get it done now?
Well, they're playing City.
No, sorry. I mean, what I mean by now is early in the week. Like, are people price shopping or something?
No, I'm not making the moves. I'm saying now as in this game week. I want to talk about it with you so I can think about this for the next few days before we pod again on Thursday.
Yes.
No, I mean, get it done now and from like not before the deadline.
Before the deadline, yes.
Yeah, but like if I'm committing like, okay, fuck Saka, whatever, and I'm just going to do the Vandenberg move, then that's what I'm doing. Like that's what I'm committing to.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I think that's basically the question.
I think for your team, I like just literally just one transfer. Just Vandenberg to your favorite 4-5 or 4-0, whoever you think is the best.
Yeah, it probably would be Richards. I think the other question though is like
Richards, Anderson, one of the 4-0s. I mean, I think those are all viable and good. Yeah.
I think one of the other questions, which I'm actually having a genuinely hard time with, like getting my head around, like the new rules of how many transfers we get, is like, what am I doing with all these transfers? Like, what am I waiting for? What am I like the only thing I could come up with is that if one of my fucking ultra 14 million players gets injured, I can redistribute the money quickly in 1 week to like my 14 goes to 4 spots.
Yeah.
Absent that, like I'm like, this is meaningless. Like having
I just don't agree that it's meaningless. Like
my build. With your build,
but yeah, it just takes one red card, one injury, one random thing,
But those are all single transfers, aren't they? Like you're always going to be like, if LaCroix gets a red card, I'm like, yeah, I use one transfer to get a new guy. Like, why do I need 4? Like, why do I need fucking 4 or 5?
Because you don't know who you're gonna want. All it takes is one Saka pop off, and that's 3 frees. And you're cooked. Or like fucking 2 weeks from now, Isak braces, and you're like, fuck, I want that. Gyok's blanked in 2 easy fixtures, and that's another 3 frees. I just think they go really fast. And the other thing with your team is like you have the flexibility because you have the money invested in these one singular places. On the other hand, if all of them are doing pretty well, it's really hard you don't have like a money pit in anyone where you're just like, well, I'd make fucking 8 million off this bad pick. That would require them to be bad. You know what I mean? So going up from any of your premiums is really, really difficult.
I can't go up from players that are 14 million, but
no, I mean from Gyok or Bruno.
Yeah.
Like just going up in general is tough without getting rid of Mo, which just seems like not something that you're planning on doing anytime soon.
Yeah. No, I'm not.
So I just think you'll use him. Like I didn't fucking come in off my wild card being like, oh, I'm gonna be on 4 frees, but I'm planning on using 2 of them. It's just like, this guy got injured. Now I have to think about all week the best way to use my transfers, because I could have either just gone Bruno, which felt very, FPL review of me to be like, this is just do it, simple, boom. And then I played out 50 other scenarios and I ended up on this one. And now I'm sitting here with like, all right, I've used my 2 frees. I'm probably going to use those 2 frees on the same 2 guys within 3 or 4 weeks. And, now I need a stockpile again. Like they just go so quickly. It just takes so little for you to just use 3 in 1 week. And then you're like, oh shit, I got a stockpile because I don't like this other pick that I have,
Yeah.
That's how I see it. I mean, other people listening will say, just get the points. Points are all that matter. Free transfers are not what matters. But I just personally don't see it that game. I feel like it's a resource game.
Well, I think it's both, though. And I think it's like, because the way I look at my specific team with all is like players like Mo and Pack and Holland and Gyok and Bruno, like Senesi, LaCroix, like Tarkov.
Yeah.
It will take frankly, it will take an injury. It will take an injury. And, when I look at these guys, like there are lateral moves with a 1 free transfer in the price bracket that I'll be okay to be able to do pretty much for all these guys, So I feel like, like for me with 4, like say if I'm like, okay, if I do the more aggressive move to turn Bruno into Saka.
Yeah.
I'll be looking at this next week with 2 frees still.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I'll probably be saving,
Yeah.
So and then it's like I have 3 again. And then it's like, oh yeah, I can do with 3 frees, you can fucking do anything with 3 frees.
Yeah.
So like then I'm already like, so versus that kind of thing is like, oh yeah, I do the Vandenberg move, and I just think it's like,
so then it comes down to the points question, right? So is Saka,
I think it does.
So is Saka home West Ham? How much better is Saka home West Ham than Bruno home Sunderland? And of course, if you're just like leaving points on the table, you fucking make the move, right? Like that's why you're getting rid of Vandenberg, right? Like the fixtures are bad, not DefConning. You're just like projecting you will be positive points with whoever you decide to get there, which I think is totally fair. Go get the points. That's the tough thing with Bruno is like he has an amazing fixture, and they've won up pen in 50% of their games so far. And Saka's not fully fit, and Saka has Champions League. Yeah. And I'm looking at home West Ham, and I'm like, yeah, it's good, but it just got a lot worse now that it's Nuno. I like Saka a lot. I talked about that earlier. I just don't know if like right now, I don't know if that's even a positive like points projection.
Yeah. For this week. Like,
so then I'm just
easily
like,
outscore him.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
So
I mean, from this other aspect of just looking at Gabriel, like how good is he? Because he's the other guy that I just don't have that feels like he's a good pick.
Yeah.
Like turning, like I could.
I just don't think he's that good. I mean, I know that's fucking controversial. Every single person in a live stream has him.
You just think he's going to go more 2-6, back to 2 or 6.
Yeah, I mean, he gets occasional goals. We know that. It's unfortunate that it came in the week that wild card happened and everyone got him in, but that's whatever. That's how it goes. He also had a period last season where it was like, oh my God, he might score fucking 8 goals this year. And then he didn't score for the last like 20 games. Yeah. And it was just like, oh, yeah, he wasn't even that good for the last part of the season. I just think Arsenal have to keep cleans at a like rate that we've never seen before in our lives for Gabriel to be worth 6-1.
6-2.
6-2. Unless he just keeps DefConning, but I don't see that happening. I mean, Virgil's been disappointing for you, and maybe that's your Gabriel move. Yeah, I think so, right?
8, 4, and 2. It's fine.
Yeah, it's fine.
I mean, what is that? 14 points for 3 games? That's better than...
That's good. It's good.
Yeah.
No, I thought he
so
didn't
not
DefCon.
worried. I mean, he DefConned. Yeah, they diddled. They're out there diddling. Yeah, he's DefCon the 2. He got the bonus. I mean, he scored in the wrong competition. You hate to see that, but... Yeah, no, Virgil's. I think I'm gonna own him the rest of the year. Honestly, I don't think I'm gonna sell him all year.
Yeah, but yeah, no, I mean,
I just love him. I love having him. I love him.
Me too. I guess the thing to think about here is like, okay, so we're both kind of saying like we don't even know if Saka over Bruno this week is even good or worth it. So maybe you should be planning on getting Saka in like next week or the week after that. In which case, it does change your Vandenberg move. And you go Vandenberg to 4-0.
Yeah, I mean, I don't mind the idea of getting rid of Bruno after Sunderland before Liverpool.
That's what I'm saying.
I mean, maybe
that sounds better.
Yeah. Oh, God. So yeah, I mean, I think then it looks like, I mean, I can get Areola and a 4 million defender also instead of Dubravka, which, probably I would prefer.
Yeah.
But yeah, okay. I need to spend
you need to think about it. And we'll be back on Thursday, and I'm moving all the questions that we didn't answer to Thursday, and we'll get it done there.
There's a big Europe week. Everyone's going.
Big Europe week, and then a Friday game, live stream straight into Friday game, which will be a fucking annoyance, but it is what it is. Let Me Slap Ass is the new signups. Albin Waddell, Johan Svensson, Jamie Anthony, Lachlan Clark, Dylan. Yes, maybe get in there. New signups. Love to see it. And Walsh, any last words?
See you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow. Check us out. At FMLFPL.com. Follow us on Twitter at FMLFPL. Support us, Patreon.com/FMLFPL. Subscribe, rate, review.